All right. Burnout is real, but it's fixable. But it's fixable. So, what I'm going to talk about here a little bit today is something I've been seeing a fair amount of. And we're going to talk about how loan officers can stay sane, sharp, and successful even in a tough market. So, hey, look, if you've been feeling tired, scattered, maybe a little unmotivated lately, just know it's not just you, right? The market's tough and the burnout is real, right? But the good news is there's a way out. So let's talk a little bit about why loan officers are burning out, and then we'll talk about how do we fix it. So I had the pleasure, the honor of talking with loan officers every single day. Well, Monday through Thursday, right? Because that's my work schedule. And there's one thing that I keep hearing, even from the ones that's been in business a long time, I'm exhausted, right? I'm exhausted, Carl. And they don't always mean physically tired, even though some of them are. What they're really talking about is just emotionally, mentally, like fried, right? Emotionally drained. And burnout is becoming a really big problem in our industry today. And it's not just the new folks that are feeling it. Some of the top producers are quietly and sometimes not so quietly struggling with this too. And but it's because this market it's been tough for a while now, right? And who can blame them? So number one, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, right? One day rates are up, the next they're down, and every buyer wants to know, should I wait to lock? Should I wait to buy? Should I do it now? And that roller coaster makes it very, very hard to plan and harder to stay confident. Number two, sales cycles are longer. Like I'm really seeing this. People are taking more time to commit. And a lot of those pre-approved buyers are like they're just sitting on the fence right now. Number three, pull-through rates are down, right? You do all the work and the deal doesn't even close, right? We see a fair amount of that. And that wears on your energy and it wears on your mindset, right? Mine too. Number four, uh, a lot of people are working harder for less. They're working harder for less. So a lot of loan officers, I see them, they're putting in more hours, uh, going after more leads, seeing fewer results, right? And it's like running on a treadmill that just keeps speeding up. Number five, uh, you're doing it alone. Like this working remote or solo, look, it sounded great a couple years ago when it first started, two, three, like COVID when it first started, until you realize there's there's nobody there to bounce ideas off of. Nobody's like pushing you and nobody sees you, kind of struggling a little bit when you struggle, right? And the isolation, like it creates a fatigue. And number six, here's the big one, you might not have structure, right? You might not have structure. I'm going to tell you right now, when you don't have a clear plan for the day, you wake up already behind. You spend your time being reactive instead of proactive, and that always on mode, it's draining, right? Like it's draining. And so if you've been avoiding the calls that you know you should make and you know would get your results, if you've been filling your day with, let's call it fake work, like email, admin, social media, liking people's posts, lame stuff like that. If you've caught yourself thinking, hey, maybe this business isn't for me anymore, right? Maybe I'm not cut out for this. You just need to know you're not broke. You're burned out, right? You're burned out, and it's okay, right? It's okay. Because the good news is burnout is fixable, right? It's fixable. So, all right, now that we've talked about like why the burnout is happening and to know there's nothing wrong with you, right? You're completely normal. I get well, the only thing might be wrong with us is like we're human, right? It's just what happens. So let's talk about what it actually looks like. And I can tell you that most loan officers, they don't even realize they're burned out. They just think that like maybe they're distracted or they feel like they're lazy. You're not lazy, right? Or they feel like maybe they're in a funk. Uh, but burnout doesn't always show up like a big breakdown. Usually, what I've seen, it's a bit of a slow fade. And so I'm going to walk you through a few signs of it to help identify, and then we're going to talk about, all right, how do we fix it? And so if you're seeing yourself in some of these things I'm getting ready to mention, again, you just got to know you're not alone. So number one, uh, first you start avoiding the phone. First sign of burnout, avoiding the phone. You know you need to call your past database. You know you get more loans when you do. You know when you call. referral partners. You know that having the coffee meetings and the lunches, you know all that gets you more results and all the other little shiny whistles and all the promises of have people begging to work with you, right? You know that's not real, right? We all do. We want to believe it's real, but you know it's not. You know you need to call your pre-approvals. You know you could get more of those to convert, but suddenly the phone feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds, and you find yourself saying, "Hey, I'll do it right after I go check my email." And then you never do, right? Number two, next, your day fills up with what I call fake work, right? You're checking your CRM just constantly. I'm not saying not to work on your CRM. I think it's a wonderful, very, very huge money making activity. You just don't need to go check it every 5 minutes, right? Or scrolling social media, thinking gee, I'll find a lead in my news feed, right? Maybe updating a spreadsheet of some sorts, but nothing that actually moves the needle, right? So you feel busy, but you know you're not productive. Number three, you start questioning the business itself. You catch yourself wondering, am I even good at this anymore? Or maybe fantasize about switching careers, taking a break, or just coasting. And maybe you've been coasting, right? Those are all big red flags. Number four, we got five of these. Number four, you feel unmotivated, even when you know what to do, right? You've got the scripts, you know the system, but something inside you just don't want to do it. You need to understand it's not laziness, it's fatigue. Let me say it again. You're not lazy if you're feeling these. It's just fatigue, right? And number five, which this might be the hardest one, is you feel alone, like you're on an island. Maybe you're remote. Maybe your company isn't all that supportive. You don't have a tribe that's, pushing you, encouraging you, checking in, maybe celebrating the wins when you get one. And the pressure just builds in silence, right? And burnout doesn't just mean you're working too hard. It means like you're working without a clarity, without support, maybe maybe without like kind of a rhythm, like that discipline type thing. But again, I just want you to hear me. You don't have to stay in that space, right? So you're not in prison with the burnout. That there is a way out. So you go, all right, Carl, how do I fix this? Right? You give me like why there's burnout. You give me the symptoms of it. How do I fix this? And I think knowing why we feel stuck is helpful, but we got to know, how do I get out of this thing? Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think, or tell me what you'd like to hear next. And so the good news is you don't need a sabbatical. You probably don't need a new job. You don't need to go off the grid and find yourself in a tent on a mountain somewhere. What you need is what I've seen turn things around for literally thousands of loan officers is this: three simple things: daily structure, real support, a winning community. Daily structure, real support, a winning community. So let's walk through it here just for a second. So daily structure. Burnout thrives in chaos, right? It breeds it, right? When you wake up and don't know exactly what to do, that stress starts before your first cup of coffee. I'm just telling you. And that's why we built a thing that we call CallStars. It's a daily Zoom where loan officers all across the country, we all log in at the same time. We for the first 10 minutes, we go over the script for the day, who we're calling, why we're calling them, some of the rebuttals, exactly what to say, and then we all make our calls kind of collectively together. It's like we're all in a room together. It's a Zoom, but it's like we're all in a room together, encouraging each other. And you see the other people doing it, I can do this too. And so when we start doing our calls, we stay on the Zoom. We leave our cameras on. We turn our Zoom mics off, and turn our computer speakers down. And everybody's focused on making their calls and doing activity. And you're with a team. You're with a group. You're with a tribe. You're with a supported community. It's kind of like flying in formation. right? You go a whole lot faster when you're flying information. And because we spend the first 10 minutes of exactly who you're going to call and what you're going to say and why you're going to say it and here's your rebuttals, there's zero guesswork, right? So that alone removes a lot of the stress. You're not thinking, what should I do today? You're doing the thing that needs to be done today, right? You're doing that very thing that gets deals, periods. Number two, accountability. Accountability. Look, knowing what to do is one thing, doing it every day is something else, right? It takes discipline and accountability. We have a group that we call the Alliance, right? It's a small group of loan officers that I personally work with where we focus on one specific part of the business that really moves the needle, like prospecting and overcoming call reluctance, building our businesses, streamlining, automating, boosting each other to even higher levels, and we do it together, right? It's that community again. It's that flock, and we keep score, we check in, and we share wins. It's very, very powerful. So it's coaching and accountability, like without all the fluff. Number three, remove the busy work. Remove the busy work. So most burnout doesn't come from hard work. It comes from doing the wrong work, right? Doing the wrong work, like, spending all our time answering emails or chasing conditions or staring at our LOS. That's not what brings the deals in, right? We all know this. When you get to focus on your high return activities, right? The conversations that lead to closings and getting help to handle all the rest, it's the easiest way to remove overwhelm and get your time back, right? It's just get some help. Number four, a real community. People say they need motivation, but what they really need is um, discipline, which comes from a pack or a herd or a tribe, if you will, like whatever you want to call it. That's what people really need. And I have found that like a room full of people doing the same thing, going after the same goals and encouraging each other, it's magical. Like it really is. Like in football and baseball and sports, they always have that home team advantage. And that's a real thing. If you go to Las Vegas and you bet on a team, they give points to the home team advantage. Well, why is that? It's because you have the whole team encouraging each other, right? You have all the fans encouraging the team. You got this. And when you're flying in a flock and when you're traveling around with a herd that has the same goals and that want you to win and celebrate when you win, you get a home team advantage. And it's what that's the whole reason why I built this thing that we call the mortgage marketing animals, right? It's just this winning culture and where we celebrate each other's wins, and we're not sad when somebody does even better. We're happy for them. We're not jealous. We say, "Hey, how'd you do it? Show me what you did," and then they show you. And I promise you, they'll show you what they did to make it happen, because somebody showed them, right? That's how that works. And whether you're on the CallStars Zooms with us every Monday through Thursday, inside the Alliance groups, at our live events, I'm telling you, you'll start to believe again. You'll start to believe again because you'll see it happening. You'll feel supported. You'll feel capable. And the energy just comes rushing back. So we just got to get you back in the game. That's all. And again, we've all gone through it, right? Everybody. Nobody's always been on a high. We all get burned out or go through a funk. We just do something about it. And so, look, I don't know exactly where you are right now. Maybe you're on fire as you're listening. You go, Carl, man, I got this. I'm on fire. Uh, and maybe you're just looking for that next edge, that next little piece that'll help you win even better. Or maybe you're feeling a little burned out right now. Maybe you're kind of falling behind a little bit, wondering what's next, a little concerned about, finances for the family. Either way, I want to invite you to take the next step. So let's just jump on a quick call, not a sales pitch, just a real conversation, and we'll walk you through exactly how we're helping other loan officers and doing things like getting their time back with automation tools, with help, with efficient processes. Show them how to follow a proven daily rhythm, like the CallStars and the Alliance. Plug into a team first culture, where everybody's like all about the team and they want everybody to win, right? And they help lift you up. And number four, not just to be wildly profitable, but most of all, just start having fun in the business again while you're being wildly profitable, right? So So just making money or just having fun, uh, I've done both of those and they're both no good. It's when you put the two together, when I'm making really good money and I'm having a lot of fun doing it and I'm encouraging others, those same people that helped encourage me when I was coming out of my funk, it's just magic. So we've got the tools, we've got the processes, we got the systems, we got the strategies, and we've got thousands of success stories from people just like you, right? Thousands of success stories from loan officers just like you, and we'd love to show you what's possible. So just go to getmoreloans.com, getmoreloans.com. Just book a quick call. It doesn't cost anything. And what we'll do is we're going to actually show we can help you by actually helping you for free on that call, right? It's not a sales pitch. We call it results in advance. Is if you can show somebody you can help them by actually helping them, it's just magic. I know that sounds very simple, but it's so few times does it happen, right? So, but on that call, we'll see what we can do to actually help you while you're on the call. We'll see if this fit and see if we can help you feel clear, focused, and fired up again. Well, I just want to let you know that either way, you're not in this alone. I'd love to do it together with you. But I appreciate you listening to my podcast over the years. And thank you so much for forwarding it to your friends, all those great reviews, number one reviewed podcast in all of the mortgage industry. And thanks to you, fine people. I didn't make that happen. You did. And I mean that with all sincerity. So thank you so much. And for those of you ready to take it to the next level, getmoreloans.com, getmoreloans.com. So, hey, and as the old saying goes, if you don't get help here, get help somewhere. Like it's totally cool. Like just find a group that you vibe with, but you got to get with a group, like whoever that group is. And there's some great groups, right? There's some great groups. Hell, most of them have been students of mine, right? So I know for a fact they're great people and they're great groups. And but wherever you get help somewhere. So, but I'd like it to be here. So getmoreloans.com. All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you when you call in. Bye bye.